going on YouTube? It's JGod316 Gaming. Tips, guides, news, entertainment, and reviews. Today I have analysis of a subscriber gameplay sent to me. Just about making simple changes to improve. I'd like to thank Tacos for sending me his video so I can analyze it and review it. And so let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed, he liked the Deimos for this particular map. The one thing that I would recommend changing is probably getting rid of the extended mags, because there's only 2 instances where maybe he even needed them, and I'll point those out later in the video.
Team deathmatch.
There's a couple other perks that probably would have been better suited for it, or maybe even a different attachment. He could have gone with the stock, or he could have gone with dead silence or hardline, and with either combination of those he could have probably had a little bit more advantageous loadout than the one he chose. So he comes right here, right to the middle, and he ends up in a 2v1 and loses right away. It was just bad positioning right in the middle of the map. You should pretty much avoid the middle of the map almost all the time, unless you know it's 100% clear. Comes around this corner, has a good little sighting in, centering, so he did the right thing. He sees a guy right there, he chooses not to challenge it, but for whatever reason, instead of sticking with his teammates in this area, he comes back out and kind of challenges the engagement. Luckily in this case the guy didn't even shoot at him. I don't know what the heck that was about. Comes back around and still is able to run into the guy and still survive. He comes around this corner, started shooting on this guy, and the guy comes back out for him. For whatever reason the guy probably hurt him. This is where dead silence might have been helpful. But he comes in and still get the kill. A lot of times you don't want to shoot the enemy unless you already know you have enough shots to finish them off, especially when they're running away. So he comes around this corner right here. He aims at this guy. He's able to get an easy kill. I don't know why that guy was in the back. Another change to the loadout would have been to have that phase shift, so he would have known if the guy even saw him. It does look like the guy did see him, so when he comes around the corner he does get shot. But it's just a bad place with that shotgun. Got the easy kill. So as he comes around the corner here, you can see where the red dots are. They're on the 2 of them on the lower level. He's able to take out the first one. But he just came running around the corner instead of pre-aiming, which he could have got that kill if he was pre-aiming. Coming up will be one of those moments where the extended mag helped him out, but he could have potentially reload here, so that wasn't an issue. But you'll see right now his ammo does get kind of low from just spamming the trigger, but then he's back to full ammo right there. So that was really one of the instances, and we'll see a later one later on. Right here's a good position, prone. Looks like the enemy coming from the front side. His teammate just went behind him, so that area is pretty clear. He's calling it a score streak, which usually I'm not a fan of the one, the booby trap, but in this particular map, he got at least 3 or 4 kills off of it. So he did a good job right here pre-aiming. I was able to get that kill. Just maneuvering the map. Based off where he was and his teammates were, all the enemies are on this side of the map. This is where they're still spawning from, because all his teammates are on the opposite end. So right here he's able to get another guy that's trying to get the care package, and then you can see another one pop up on the UAV. But in this area you're going to see one pop up right behind him. The guy who kills him popped up on the UAV, and he could have positioned himself a little bit different to the side, so when the guy came out he would have been off at an angle. So when he comes around the corner he does a good job of pre-aiming. Just the downside is with this gun that's not an engagement you want to be in. So now he comes around the corner, close that distance, which is a good idea. And he comes around this corner, you'll see I'm slowing it down. These 2 targets on the right are the threat. The guy moving to the left is not a threat. He could have potentially taken them both out, or at least one of them, but by the way he just came around and was aiming for the target that wasn't even looking at him, kind of set him back right there. So as soon as he's right off the spawn, he heads right into the middle of the map, which he tends to have a favorite to go right into the middle of the map. Right here I would have progressed to the left and came around and try and go through that window, since I had a lot of teammates on this side. I slowed it down just so you can see a lot of the things that are happening. He gets shot in the back, he's already injured, he comes around and he's pushing this next engagement. And even though he was in okay positioning, since he was already damaged, he took an L right there. So right here, reposition. You got a lot of teammates around you. It's just about seeing where things are going to be. Your enemy just took someone out in the back right there. So you know there's an enemy. He could have been pre-aiming as he came around that corner. Stock might have been great for that. He's able to take out a micro turret. Good team support there. And then right here he pops his phase shift for just random. And I think in this position he could have saved it. A lot of times when you try to pull it off just to get a kill, if that guy didn't run that way, he wouldn't have got anything out of his phase shift. And then right now he's laying wide in the open. There are some teammates on the left kind of blocking the middle of the map. And then behind him there was a teammate kind of on that head glitch. So he's going to come around here. You know enemies are going to be popping out. Good job on the pre-aim. And ready to take that guy out. So again right here he's coming around trying to do a flank. Looks like someone's trying to get their little care package in the back. He just waits for it. So this is good, smart, pacing it. And then he's able to get that free kill. And then right here, if you watch closely, I slow it down so you can see the UAV. The little red dot getting closer and closer to him, but he calls in the Scarab and loses all peripheral, which causes him actually to get killed. You see the enemy came around right there. He could have potentially taken him out right away, but he didn't position himself to do that. So as soon as he comes right off the respawn, he comes right through the middle. There's a little bit of an explosion right here. He avoids that and then comes around. He's already damaged and gets shot. So again, running through the middle didn't set him up for the best success. So right at the start of the spawn, he heads right to that middle spot again. I think since he thought his teammate was there, he thought it was a little bit safer. Pops a phase shift, tries to get a flank, but in this case the guy's already dead. Lucky enough he was able to get a care package double kill. So I was able to start him off on his next streak. But he comes around trying to get another flank, just stay in the outskirts of the map, which is a smart thing to do. He comes around just checking the corners, checks the back. A lot of times the enemy will spawn back there even if you're on this side. Then he's able to take this guy out. Comes over this side, gets a good position for this guy in the back, misses a couple shots, and the guy pops the reactive armor, kind of loses that gunfight. Not too many people are going to win that gunfight though. Right off the spawn, he calls in another care package and decides to stay in the building. Goes prone here in case that guy runs in. The guy runs by, so he repositions himself. Bombardment goes off, but doesn't look like it's going to hit in this area, so he's still in good position. Comes around to try and see if he can get some advantage on anyone trying to run around inside the building. It comes around this way, peeks it, nothing there, and then as you can imagine, he runs right back into the middle, and you can imagine the outcome. There's 3 different people sighted in the middle, and he gets taken out. So again, the biggest recommendation I would say is avoid the middle, and that seems to be how most of the deaths happen, are in the middle. Right now he's going to pop his phase shift. He didn't really know where anyone was. He didn't really even get shot at. He bumps into a guy, so he kind of has an idea of where positioning is, and then he comes around over here, and for whatever reason he had a perfect shot that all he needed to do was sight in, and he kind of did a wiggle with his jump. So sometimes that mistakes happen. The easiest thing to do right there would have been just to sight in, and he would have got an easy kill on that guy. So coming up is the point where dexterity could have been really helpful since he had it equipped, and could have saved that spot on the extended mag. So anywhere right here he could have reloaded. As he comes around the corner, he gets an easy kill, turns around, gets another kill from somebody else that was a little distracted. Could have been probably pre-aiming on this next kill. As you'll see, he comes around the corner. Probably could have taken 0 damage if he pre-aimed it the right way, but he still got the kill. He kind of hovering around the area. Maybe could have came around the back to try and flank some of those enemies since he sees all the red dots are in that building. But he chooses to go back to the middle. Luckily, in this case, he's able to make it to the window. He gets cryo mined, pops phase shift right away, and then bumps into an enemy and gets the final kill.
Vulture active.
Definitely not a bad match. 20 and 11 from a player who normally has 0.8 KD. What I recommend doing are removing your extended magazines and replacing that with stock hardline or dead silence. If you do the dead silence, you can have an extra spot available. Limit your time in the middle of the map. Half your deaths were as a result of running into the middle. You might have saved a couple deaths maybe with having a counter UAV since you're not running Ghost. Maybe they saw where you were and could predict where you were. Should use perception if you're going to use that FTL rig, and phase shift should be your get out of jail. So save it for when you need to save a death. I'd like to thank Taco again for letting me use his video to review and analyze. If you enjoyed the video, a like and a subscribe are very appreciated. If you'd like to get your video reviewed, please drop a comment in the bottom and I can help you out on how to do that. Thank you, and again, have a great day.